Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the video that is created ad hoc. The game is SplinterCard. It was a submission made by Vijil. It's not my game. This is the tabletop simulator module that I have created for my own personal use, because uh, when trying to play the submissions on the postcards from the front jam, I actually prefer to create digital versions instead of create or rather print out 40 or more uh, pieces of paper, cut it out and assemble. I find the digital format much more easier on myself. So the purpose of this video is to play in front of you a game to show you how it can be played. If there will be any mistakes made by me, or the play will be suboptimal decisions on the player part, this is my fault, not the designer. So in any case, the game is almost prepared to start. I will not explain at length, I will not go through all the rules, but I will try to implement them as best as I can. The game offers the two-player version, and there is also a solo play where player actively controls only one side, but actually I will play both sides by myself, so certain things about the gameplay will become more visible, I hope. So first, starting positions of the dice on the city in the city areas for both sides. They start on 4. We assemble the cards that are available for blue and for red, and I have prepared the dice in both sides, so we have to check who will move first. The higher result moves first. So it looks like blue is moving first. Blue player has to choose one card, and because no units are deployed, it's time to do exactly that. So let's make a bid with a tank. We will submit it, deploy it here in the city, and then move it automatically to the hillside to obtain a nuke. Now the red player, he sees that the nuke is going to be probably captured, so what to do? Well, one thing that I can do is simply threaten the city, the blue city, possibly. Okay, over to blue again. Let's counter infantry movement with a flyer, but we will actually remain in the city. Over to the red. We will send the flyer, but do it differently here, and then we move to the valley to keep the pressure on. Blue. Let's deploy infantry, and infantry will appear once again in the city and stay in the city. Over to red. It's time to do something about the hillside. So let's start with the infantry in the city, and then it advances one area automatically. Over to blue. Let's play it safe. Command simply is used to repair, increase the points. Over to red. Well, easy peasy. The tank is deployed on the hillsides just as well. And then the question becomes for the blue what to do. We will try actually to deploy it in the city, but then move out here. So this ends the first mm, round. The game is played in rounds, and there are at most 4 of them. We just finished the first one, so I'm advancing the Doom token. Sorry, the command card on the red side. It will also be used to build up the city. Now the Doom token is actually moved up. No nukes are being claimed. The tokens, okay, and the card. So second round, we decide who goes first. And it looks like red player moves first this time. So one thing about this, the way that I understand it, it's a game about timing. In this case, now we can try to take the infantry out. And one way about it would be, for example, use the flyer for this purpose. So I'm just cycling through the cards. The red player plays a flyer, they advance, and they can attack the blue infantry. Now the attack rating for the flyer is 3. I need to roll higher than 5 on a d6. So we take the die, 3 plus 4 is 7, so the unit has been killed off. This timing is crucial because, as you can see, the unit is killed in action and it will be unavailable for the entire round. So it puts blue player on a back foot a little bit. So what can blue player do now with this in this situation? Well, what they can use the infantry to try and counter the flyer, precisely for the same reason I started with eliminating blue player. This time blue player has attack rating of 2 against 6, so I need 4, 5, 6, 50% chance. What can go wrong? Well, nothing can go wrong. Flyer is killed in action just as well. But the difference is that the red player has already used the flyer card, so it's sort of fine. Over to the red player, and one way about this would be to try and seize the nuke. So we will try to taunt blue player and advance onto the relic zone. What to do next with this? I guess that we can buy into the temptation. Blue player will activate the tank. He moves in and he attacks. Attack rating 4 against 7. So the chances are 3 or higher. Yes, and the red tank is going away. Whee! It's that simple. But now it's over to the red player. So red player tries to counter this with anti-tank infantry. They go here, and now attack rating is 2 against 7, but this unit has the ability +1 attack versus tank units. So it's actually 3 plus die roll, and if it's higher than 7. So let's see what can I do? What can I achieve? Well, 3 plus 2 is 5, so tank remains and nothing is done. Over to the blue player, and blue player has this card is worth nothing. It will effectively pass. We can use the command cards. We can try to advance with the flyer, and I guess that this could be a thing. Flyer advances. This is just to keep the pressure on the red player and abandon the defense of the city. So blue is done. Mm. Yeah. One way about it could be trying to come in here and eliminate the infantry, because we can just bypass later the flyer. So infantry rating attack 2 against 5. 2 plus 3 is 5, but the rules say beats the enemy defense. So in case of tie, I suppose nothing happens. In this case, the blue player plays the last card that can do anything, and it's basically increasing the city defense. The red player does the same, because there is not that much else to be done, and the blue player effectively passes because the infantry is already finished. So Doomsday token advances, is the end of the second round. The the nuke tokens are claimed because both units are alive at the end of the round in this position, so both players have nuke. The eliminated counters are flipped back, so they will be available for deployment in action. And once again, the question is, who is moving first? Well, it looks like blue player is moving first. If blue player is moving first, if blue player is moving first, then one thing that can be done is simply go with a tank and try to remain in the area, because we cannot move farther, but eliminate the infantry. So 4 against 5. Can I roll higher than 4 plus 3 is 7, so it's higher than infantry. Infantry goes away. And the red player decides how they want to retaliate. The easiest way, or maybe the most effective way, would be to actually well, yeah, it's not obvious. But let's try and eliminate the infantry again. 2 versus 5, so rolling 2 plus 6, infantry goes away, blue infantry goes away. Over to the blue player. Now blue player has several possibilities, but one certainly would be to use the nuke to put the pressure, because the Doom token was on the space number 2. The nuke is going into the red city, and it decreases the hits of the city by 2, because this is the value on the Doom track. The nuke is gone. The red player well. Let's activate a tank. The tank goes over to the hillside, sorry, the valley side, but there is nothing to attack. Now the blue player can react. We know that the infantry is not going to move, so I think that we can, well, not yet. Let's send the infantry in. The infantry deploys, moves here and attacks the anti-city infantry, but fails to dislodge it. The over to red player. We need some pressure. This is effectively passing because the unit is finished. Okay, then it's finished. Blue player will try to counter the tank and bring in the flyer in, attacking the flyer. 3 against 7, and nothing happens. The red player can try to counter this with the flyer of their own. So they will send it and try to attack it. 3 against 6, and the blue flyer is shot down. The last blue card is effectively passing, and the red command card is used to increase the defense of the city because the nuke will be worth more in the next round. So let's see. The Doom token advances. The nuke is claimed again by the blue player. The flipping of the available units. And once again we shall see who moves first. And in case of tie, I believe that we have to roll again. It looks like red player is moving first. So we will try to move up the tank. Move up the tank. The tank rolls in and tries to eliminate the infantry. 4 plus 1 means 5, so infantry is in place. Now the blue player can simply go for the tank. So we will endanger the city a little bit. The red player, we know what is going to happen, but regardless, I will just advance with flyer in an attempt to free up the infantry later on. So the 3 plus 6 means that the infantry is gone. The blue player will engage his flyer just to stop the infantry from coming, and will try to probably shoot up the enemy flyer. So 3 plus 3 is 6, but it's even, so it doesn't beat, so it stays. Red player. Well, yeah. The infantry attacks the flyer. 2 plus 2 is not enough, so it stays the way it is. The blue player there's only one infantry, so let's bring it in and try to stop the people coming in. Infantry probably would be slightly more problematic, and infantry is removed. Red player. It's time to try and stop the tank. So let's do this. 3 or rather 2 plus 1 versus 7, and it's not going to happen. The command on blue side is used to deploy the nuke. So this is 3 and 3 it is. Oop. Why did I remove it from the blue city? It should be removed from the red city, of course. Yes. So mistakes can be made, as you can see. And the last red card would be used really to try and rebuild the city by one. So the last blue remaining card is for the eliminated unit, so nothing happens. And then Doom advances, flipping the available units. Cards are still available, and it's the last round of the game. Well, let's see who moves first, because this will be crucial, as always. So it looks like it's actually red. With red, we can complicate things for the blue. So we will use the flyer. Flyer is always unblocked, so it's not kept in check. I can move past this. Entering the city, I decrease the city value by 1, and it's nice. It's very nice. Now, what can the blue player do? Well, one thing that I can do is try to use the probably infantry. And once again, they deploy in the city, but they are not blocked by the flyer, so I can simply move into the valley side and try to eliminate the tank. 3 or 2 plus 1 plus die roll. So tank goes away. Over to the red player. Red player main way to win this is really to deploy the nuke right now. So nuke goes onto the blue and the city value is decreased by 4. So right now it looks like red is winning, but whether they will actually win is, well, we shall see. We shall see. The blue player uh, you can see the writing on the wall, but I will try to go for it regardless. The tank has to kill the infantry first, so 4 plus 6 infantry goes away. The red player, the only unit that remains that can be deployed would be the infantry, and we'll try to use it against the tank. 2 plus 3 is 5, so it's not enough to beat the tank. Over to the blue. Blue can move the flyer back just to try and eliminate the red flyer. 3 plus 6 means that they are shot down. Over to the red. This would mean pass. The infantry advances 1, and the red tank is a pass. And the last blue command card would simply mean I do not have I can only effectively repair the city, but the game will end because the Doom token moves past the space 4, and the red city has value of 3 pips, the blue city has value of 2, and this is the game. The game, of course, can finish earlier than 4 turns or 4 rounds if the value is decreased to 0, but it just didn't happen. And of course, the game played by 2 different people may play differently, so don't worry. But in any case, I hope that this video demonstrates how the game can be played and what kind of decisions you will be able to make if you will decide to give it to dedicate a little bit of your time and effort. So have a lovely day, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, Thank you for your patience and decision to watch this silly video. Until next time.